Hi, I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin, and this is today's Coronavirus 5 and 5, a 5-minute rundown of five of the top stories by our network of journalists who continue to report on the COVID 19 pandemic. We'll kick it off with a look at the latest numbers in this headline. Wisconsin announces lowest increase of new coronavirus cases since April. Newly confirmed cases of the coronavirus reached the lowest point in more than a month Monday, though tests also fell steeply from record heights late last week. State health officials announced just 140 new cases of the virus Monday. That was out of 3,632 tests. The number of new cases hasn't been that low since April 21st. Matt Piper writes that Monday's numbers are a far cry from Friday's update when there were 733 positives in 13,602 test results. And after 71 deaths announced over 4 days between Wednesday and Saturday, there were just four announced Sunday and three Monday. In total, there have been 18,543 confirmed cases and 595 deaths in Wisconsin since the start of the pandemic. Monday's percent of new tests that were positive, by the way, that was 3.9%, up slightly from Sunday's record low of 2.3%, but continuing an encouraging overall downward trend in that measure. That's a key metric tracked by epidemiologists. That segues into this next headline. Fond du Lac County reports 14 COVID 19 cases over the weekend as residents asked to help limit the spread. As 14 new cases of the coronavirus were reported in Fond du Lac County over the weekend, Public Health Officer Kim Miller is asking everyone to do their part to minimize the spread of the virus. Sarah Rasner has the story. In it, she writes that with the new positives, the county's total number of COVID 19 cases stood at 214 Monday morning. That's according to Miller in a Facebook Live broadcast. Of this number, 90 cases are active, meaning the people are still infectious and in isolation at home or in the hospital. This number includes 9 Fond du Lac County residents who are hospitalized. About 315 tests were conducted over the weekend for a positive rate of 4.4% based on testing numbers reported by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services. In general, Miller said people should wash their hands, wear a face covering in public, not share drinks, stay home when they're not feeling well, and get tested even if they're showing minor symptoms. You can read that story in its entirety online. Next, quick advances put hospitals on better footing to fight new coronavirus cases. One of the worst pandemics of the last century forced America's hospitals to confront a new killer virus as it filled emergency rooms and spread fear. In 12 weeks, researchers have learned much about the destruction COVID 19 causes and potential treatments, leaving the healthcare system better positioned for the new cases that may arise as millions of Americans return to their workplaces and social lives. The Journal Sentinel's Mark Johnson writes that in the week beginning March 16th, when COVID 19 first began to hit St. Louis hard, more than 1 in 3 patients admitted with the illness at the 8 city hospitals run by SSM Health died. 6 weeks later, the death rate at those same hospitals had dropped below 1 in 5. In the same period, the hospital saw an 81% decline in COVID 19 patients requiring intensive care. The swift increase in knowledge of the disease has helped doctors discard treatments that aren't working and use existing therapies more effectively. SSM Health, by the way, also operates 7 hospitals in Wisconsin. Check out that story online. Moving on to this headline, sports themed headline: uncertainty, another big blow for youth sports participation. Concerns over the spread of the virus are accelerating the rising difficulty of selling youth football and other sports. Sports reporter Jarrell Russian explains the challenges youth athletic programs and camps are facing in the era of the COVID 19 pandemic. According to 8th grade football coach Rick Ludwig in the story, he's one of the founders of the Oshkosh Flyers, a youth football program that feeds Oshkosh West High School. Quote, the number one priority is always the kids' safety. If it's not safe for us to get together, then we just can't, end quote. You can find Jarrell's complete story online. And we'll close today's 5 and 5 with this headline: fireworks businesses adjust to canceled July 4th celebrations. As the number of canceled summer events rises, fireworks companies, which see peak sales during the season's festivities, are, like everyone else, navigating new operating norms filled with uncertainties and unanticipated challenges. The coronavirus pandemic has left them wondering how canceled 4th of July celebrations and a surge of new customers eager to replace public events with smaller private ones will affect their profits. The Journal Sentinel checks in with some folks whose business rely heavily on the July 4th festivities to see how they're navigating through the challenges of this new normal. Find those stories and more coronavirus coverage on any of our 10 USA Today Network Wisconsin websites and jsonline.com. One more item. Please sign up for a digital subscription to any USA Today Network Wisconsin website. Just $1 for the first 3 months and gives you full access on any device. Again, that's mobile, desktop, and tablet to all our local stories, photos, and videos, plus news and sports from around the state. If you want the most complete, most in depth coverage of what's going on in your community and throughout Wisconsin, we've got it for you. Go to any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites and click on the subscribe tab at the top right of the site. We always appreciate your support. That's it for now. Have a great night.